Hello and welcome back to LP Progression. I'm LP and today we're looking for a fault to do with the engine. Now I've looked at what the issue is on my OBD reader and it's saying that the engine coolant sensor that seems to be faulty. So first things first, plug in the OBD reader. See what it says. Now this is a cheap OBD reader, so I'm not confident it's going to find anything. Anyway, I know it's the sensor, so let's get to it. First things first, I'm going to take the battery off because the sensor is right down at the bottom of the engine. So we need to take out the battery, take all the cover off of the battery. Takes a bit of time. Have to take all the cables off, undo all the bolts on the fuses. So that's the first thing. I'll sped up the video today just because it took me a while to do. I am very amateur at this kind of stuff, so it takes a bit of time. Make sure you take note of which colours go where on the fuse board, just so there's no issues when we're putting it back together. Take them all off on fuses, get them out of the way, and then we've got the positive terminal to take off then. Get them out the way there. And I'll use some grips to take the positive terminal off. That comes completely off. Get it out of the way. And then we've just got the negative terminal over there, which I used a long ratchet just so I can get the leverage on it and get it out. It's a bit awkward, but we'll get it. So I've pulled it off there with my grips again, and then I should be able to get the battery out there now. Put it to one side, take the bottom plate of the battery out, and then we're at the sensor. See the sensor here? There's a green clip to the left hand side where we pull out, because that is what holds it in. So I've already done that on this bit. Then give it a good tug, good pull to get the sensor out of the housing. Make sure you got it to hand, the new sensor. Get that back in quick. It's going to drain out a lot of coolant, so get the new sensor back in as quickly as possible, and then you can take the old sensor out of the socket, out of the plug. So get that back in. Put the clip back in. Right, get the old sensor off the plug and then plug it back in to the new sensor. Make sure it's nice and tight. It is a bit fiddly and you need a bit of force to get it back on, but it is simple enough. There we go, make sure it's nice and tight, give it a little tug. That's lovely. Now that's done, we can start putting the battery back together. But I have noticed here the negative terminal is broken, and that's what could be throwing up the fault. But for now, let's get the battery back on and back together with all the fuses on top. Get it all installed as the way it should be. Get the bolts on and make sure the finger tight to start, and then do them up with the ratchet. Plug all the electrics back in, and then the last terminal will be the positive terminal. Going to feed that other cable into the other fuse box, which is located right next to the battery. Make sure it's nice and tight on the lug, on the battery positive terminal. Right, let's try this. I have a feeling it's not going to work, so let's try it anyway. It says okay. Yeah, the engine management light is still on. And does it say engine management light still on there? So it must be the negative terminal that needs to be replaced because it's broken. So the only place I can think of to get one cheap and quick is the scrapyard. So I think we're going to head there now. It's not too far away, 20 minutes in the car, and it's a graveyard for cars like the Peugeot 3008. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there should be something there for us. Here we are, we're here. So many cars, and there's a Peugeot 3008 right in front of us. Let's hope it's got everything that we need. So we've managed to get the new negative terminal from the scrapyard. Cost us £5, better than £60 on eBay. So taking all the electrical fuses off the top already, and we're just going to be quickly as possible change this neutral terminal for the new one. Fingers crossed it works and the engine management light does go off. Very tight on the nuts there, so I had to use my grips just to get that leverage. So take that off with the terminal. Put the new one back on. Get it nice and tight. And then back onto the negative terminal on the battery. So we'll unplug that and then plug it into our new negative terminal. Plug that in. And then we'll tighten that up and get it all back on. Right, getting the casing back on, it is a bit fiddly to do that. We'll get that in now, and we'll tighten it all up, get it all back on. Right then, the moment of truth, that's all back together, all the casing's back on. I haven't filled up the engine coolant tank yet, but that needs to be done, and I will do it shortly after this video. But anyway, let's see if the engine management light stays on or goes off. Fingers crossed it goes off. Right, start the engine. Oh, happy days. As you can see, the engine management light has gone off. There's no fault code showing up on the radio now. There's only a few faulty bulbs, which will be easy enough to change. Happy days. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one. Please like and subscribe and follow my journey. Thank you and have a great day.